my name is Milan. I'm on my way to Poland to film EMUCC with double C. I'm doing operations, driving the kits to the locations. I'm doing financial stuff. I'm doing editing, producing live productions as well for you. And with your help, we can do a better job at delegating, maybe. Or we can do a better job at providing more fields or having more coverage. Having a person run around and film the most exciting games at each event next to the live stream. We can do that because of your help on Patreon. Get on board. Thank you.
Side Murphy, and then floats that one out. Huge bid, gets the touch. What a grab! DV!
Help us go electric, become a member.
He's in a great spot. He's in a perfect spot. Yes, his massive head has blocked everything. That was a huge play, but we have seen none of it. Finny, he's done it.
Hi, this is Vest. Me and my camera have been covering Ultimate Frisbee since 2012, and now I've been working with ULTI.TV, streaming Ultimate Frisbee for you. And if you become a patron member, we can offer you more contents, especially those games that, you know, they are not live stream and they're happening at the end of the game. Half of it I can move and go in there and stream live. So become a member, go on ULTI.TV.
Settle up comfortably in your couches. Welcome back to Wrocław, Poland, as we return to the exciting games of EMUCC Mixed Masters Division, more precisely. Fourth game of today on pitch 1. We will have Amsterdam Ultimate Club from the Netherlands facing off with BUC Paris Ultimate Club from France, surprisingly. And my name is Rachel Toshnerova, and I do have the pleasure of bringing in a new guest commentator, Szczepan Materna. Szczepan, are you playing at this tournament?
Hi Rachel, thank you for inviting me in. Yes, I'm playing. I actually missed yesterday's game because I had to come last night, so I only have one game.
One game so far.
Yeah, so far.
And now he's slacking off the warm-up to help us out here in the commentating booth, because he will be streamed for one of the penultimate games of today, because Silence 4.0 will be coming on the stream for the next game in the Grandmaster Division. In the meantime, both Masters mixed teams prepare on the sideline. You are in for a treat because you will have two Czechs commentating on the Dutch and French. We will start with BUC on offense. So far running a regular horizontal line setup. San Marco swings the disc. Nice lefty to the middle of the field. A high shot will be collected by Tejeda. Tejeda with a high release, which will be traced down by Kaila. Stoppage downfield, possibly a pick from the hand signals. We will have a replay of that chase down. And a disc to the brake side, lands just shy of the end zone. San Marco on a contested catch, goes for the break, and the effort of trying to keep the disc in the end zone will be punished by the defense. That was Clement with the defense. The Dutch will go the other way. Eventually find the up line. Tight mark. They do get the disc to the middle with a necessary layout grab. Big fakes. And an attempt on a break side throw, but San Marco does not have the her part. Mark is not the part of her name for no reason. Her mark is really good. So she saves it for the French, and they have a second attempt on their offensive hold. San Marco activated for the upline cut. A travel call as she moves back to the original position. Another break throw, slice through, and an easy dish for the first score of the game for Paris Puck Club.
I don't know what you see on your screens, but what I see does not look like Masters division at all. that first game, that intensity, that even after the pool, what Amsterdam showed as a sprint through the field, and all the intensity on the defense and offense respectively, that was a very regular mixed division.
I completely agree. I also have a feeling that yesterday people were only kind of getting back into it. There was a big break during the pandemic, and I feel like people were testing out their abilities and, you know, feeling out their bodies, trying to see what they're still capable of. And they've really gotten into the rhythm, at least some of them, throughout the first day of the tournament. And now they're back and just, you know, putting everything in. So back to the action on the field. Amsterdam wastes absolutely no time. Put up a ripper in the end zone. And a layout grab, an absolutely wonderful slide. Wow, what a catch. That is number 40, and let me see if I can get the pronunciation right. Kausten. Like I said, we're gonna struggle with 2 Czechs and some Dutch and French. I did a lot of practice. Kausten. Milan is gonna come help us out. Kausten. I wasn't far off. We will have regular interventions for sure, but let's see that replay again. That was so far, and look at that ending speed as he slides, hits the side of his knee, gets the arm underneath, and just holds on and just does a little twirl. Oh my God, so a little insider info from the sideline. He said that he's only done that one for the camera. Well, I'm really glad that we caught it, and I'm really glad he will have a nice memory from our free ULTI.TV stream that you are free to catch on demand as well on our YouTube channel.
We're not going to cut it out?
We're gonna cut it out and put it up as a separate clip. Puck goes the other way. They try to put in a shot of their own. Oh, and this time a contested catch. Pouponot was underneath, had good position, but Amsterdam closed in and managed to snag it out of the air before it could be caught. So a chance for an early break for AUC. Chang will walk it to the end zone line. A regular vert stack setup. Try to get it to the break side. Doesn't really bring the desired outcome. Cheng with it again now. Still in their own end zone. That's okay if you can hold your nerve. Cheng looking for downfield options. He had one, but he was too busy signaling what the rest of the team should do. Ooh, and now a contested catch right on the end zone line. They're looking for the ripper, but they don't do it. Cheng again, just where he started off a minute ago.
That looks like a foul call on the deep cut defense.
Yes, and we might even see a player walking off the field. So we will need a switch, a bit of a rolled sensitive ankle. No need to push it, still a lot of games to play. So new players will come in. So Cheng again. and a pick call. Amsterdam doing a good job getting the disc, but now I feel like they are struggling to find the open spaces under. Lots of hard handler work there. And finally, they get off a deep shot, and it will be caught by Brouwer. And Brouwer points to the spot where she wants to get it, but French defense is underneath. Defense get it back, and they do. Right on the end zone line. A foul stops the play. Amsterdam on the doorstep, ready to take the first break. Can they do it? Cheng. Cheng working with Gross. But it will eventually be Brouwers with the score. Oh no, a travel call actually. It seems like a change of direction after the catch will be claimed. A short, calm, effective discussion. We will, yeah, see it. We will not see it on the replay, that's fine. Gross strikes for the up line, and she gets it. So after all, it will be the handlers of AUC who get the score in, and that's a break for Amsterdam. So Stepan, do you can you tell us something about how the teams got here to this quarterfinal?
Amsterdam team sliced through their pool without hesitation. They won all their games
In the pool.
In the pool, all the games so far. Whereas the big ultimate, they had one loss to Italian B-Fire. That was 13-15. Both other games that they played were, according to the score, easier ones. 15-6, both of them. So we'll see.
We'll see. B-Fire, of course, being featured in the other quarterfinal that is not streamed. But if they make it through, they might make another appearance on the stream. So Puck walk the disc to the brick mark. Good poach there from Amsterdam. It seems like they're coming up with a slightly zoney look. San Marco in the middle. No pressure at all. Torrieri on the sideline. Working with San Marco. French really trying to work around the zone. Rietschoten, another veteran handler for the French national team, gets the disc in the middle. Puck just shy of the end zone. Rietschoten gets the disc, and goes for the beautiful pass to her teammate in the back of the zone for an offensive hold for Puck. Great use of female handlers from the Paris team. This was Lambolez working with Rietschoten. And Rietschoten, unafraid of the poach in the open lane, just puts it in. A little look to the other field on the other side, 3-2. In the game, what seems to be the other quarterfinal in the group. I think this might be Reading Ultimate against Quattro Dumpiaggi, a Polish team. Puck with a great pull, chasing it down, getting there early, and responding with a zone of their own. Chang now to the side to Berthet. Finds Myers. Puck now switches to match defense. Myers, with a laser flick to his teammate. That is number 57, Langelo. And that is 3-2 for AUC of Amsterdam. So as Stepan pointed out, it seems like Amsterdam could be the favorite in this game, given that they passed through the pool stages without a loss. But on the other hand, you never know what the opponents in the group looked like. And we saw B-Fire earlier on the stream doing a great job against the German Wizards of Ost. So potentially the level could be very, very equal. But of course, losing a break early just puts that much more pressure on you to not to make any further mistakes on your offense. And you really need to get your defense hyped up early on. San Marco centers for the French. Ooh, a slightly counter movement throw is dropped, giving the disc and another break opportunity to the Dutch. Ooh, but they take it right back. And they want to go for the quick score now. And it's just one pass away. That was Skyla with the assist. You could see him as he was picking up the disc. He was signaling everywhere that he really wants the quick turn, that he 100% wants to hurry up, and it paid off. 43 years of age, right-handed, offensive handler, but an interesting occupation, Stepan.
Forest sportswear owner. Okay.
Exactly. So he is the one who is providing the tournament's staff and volunteers with the jerseys.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Shout out to Force Ultimate.
Sport is his life, apparently. And we can see it on the field.
That's right. And his ultimate sporting hero is none other than Tom Rogacki, the best Australian player of the world for 10 years, as Kyla puts it. But back to the action on the field. He spurts, returns the disc to the handlers, and a break throw gives the power position for a nice deep shot, and it will be none other than Kausten with the score. He was the one who got that huge layout D for the camera a couple of points ago, and now he's touching his groin like he's pulled something, but you know, the point counts either way. 4-3, Amsterdam keeps the lead.
So far, I'm excited how clean and even game we're looking at, which is delightful to see in the quarterfinals of Euros. Apparently, like especially when they're streamed. So
that's right. Minimum of turnovers so far. Kausten has been playing for 9 years and started playing Ultimate because it looked awesome. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And that's why we're bringing you the best coverage for free on our Ultimate channel. Not just this Masters Ultimate Championship, but also Tom's tourney over in Bruges happening at the same weekend. If you do feel like supporting our free coverage, please look for different ways, including our new social media channel, TikTok. Yes, for children, for the youngsters out there that don't know what Facebook is anymore. If you want to watch some fun videos, we have just started TikTok. Please follow us there. Or else, if you're just well off, or even if you're not and are willing to spare a couple of euros or any currency that you use on the free and fun coverage of Ultimate, please go to our Patreon page and become our patron, because we are still looking for patron number 200. And I've heard in the video production booth that there might be a reward for number 200. Ooh, and a D, great run through D from Brouwer, who's been pretty crucial for AUC this game so far. And a deep shot goes up and will be collected and even jumped in by the Dutch. Wow, what a point. How quick was that, Stepan? Ferhar with the score.
that was a very fast punishment for
the French.
mislook on the
For a mislook, yeah.
on the pass. So maybe the Amsterdam team will force me to take back my words about the even game. Hopefully we'll still see an exciting game, but it's just a first break point, isn't it?
I think it might be the second one, actually, but still, 2 breaks is nothing that can be recovered from. But apparently the teams have decided to go for a timeout. Nope, it's just they're very... I am not sure what's happening, but I will tell you something about it is a timeout. It is a timeout. Thank you, sideline. So as the teams huddle up and discuss the progress, we will take a really short break in the commentator booth as well.
Side Murphy, and then floats that one out. Huge bid, gets the touch. What a grab! DV!
Welcome back after the timeout to this Mixed Masters game of Amsterdam and Paris. The Parisian team just allowed the Dutch 2 breaks so far, and now they're moving quickly on offense, trying to close up that gap. So far, we've seen some great action, some great moments, good layouts, fun throws. We can see the French signaling now. calmness on the offense. As the disc gets to Torrieri. Torrieri signaling again that he is wide open, but a pick called stops the game downfield. Players readjust their position and the disc will be checked in. And Richon finds Torrieri on the end zone line. Paris calling for the set end zone play, and it works out perfectly as Gabriel gets the score, keeping Puck close 4-5. Gabriel is 36 years old. He's played for Sun previously. I'm sure you'll remember Sun making an appearance in one of the first EUCF mixed division. He's played for 33rd, that's probably not how you pronounce it, that's probably a French name, a team from Bordeaux. And for Pick, he also played for France Open in the years 2014 to 16 and for France Mixed in the recent years 2018 and 19. Oh yeah, he is mentioning the European Mixed Championship with Sun in 2014 and the final of EUC of 2019. 36-year-old from the home city of Paris. AUC find themselves on offense again. The pull is stopped by the defender, actually. Now we have Kausten returning the disc to Myers. Myers to Osse. And Kausten, this time on the throwing end. There is lots of players underneath. Ooh, and despite the height advantage of the Dutch, it is the French who knock it away. Number 42, Alès. A nice chance for the French team now to try to get one of the two breaks back. Yeah, maybe we will keep Kausten in the end zone for the score. Look at that. Volleyball snatch.
What we saw here was a hug on the same third of the field, which is something that normally is not very recommended because you have a very small window to fit in.
Oh, and Berthet will try to call that catch out, but Myers immediately corrects his teammate, saying that it was in. We might have a replay later on. This gets tapped back in. Guillotin gets the disc for the upline cut. And as they strike for the end zone, I think it was Kausten again who redeemed his earlier mistake and gets the disc back for AUC. San Marco now gets the D, picks up immediately, almost loses the disc by throwing it way too low, but now she gets the disc again and has some players striking in, but it was a bit too easy. And here's the break for the French in the hands of Thibaut Hubron. And an important point for the French. Despite the Dutch defensive efforts, that was some aggression, some grit.
As time goes, so far we can see little increase of the number of turnovers in the game, but I don't see any decrease of the intensity so far.
That's right. That's I think what has been stepped out since the start of the game. So we're tied at 5. We see the Wizards, who played the previous Masters game and came out victorious, passing us on the sideline. Puck players now preparing on the sideline to support their D-line with some good communication. And with 4 women on the line, we're going to have the gender poll. And that's quite a nice one, floating towards the further sideline as Chang centers for AUC. He finds Ferhar. Ferhar to Berthet. Now back to Chang. Ose, looking for the upline. She gets it off to Chang. Chang in the power position. Does not use it, calls for his teammates to come back. Doesn't have an easy reset, but being a lefty, he goes for the blade. And great defensive effort in the end zone by the French. That was Jeremy Tahar. And another break chance for the French. Fumagalli will pick up.
Was it great dump coverage by French Diola Injai? That just did not allow any recovery through.
We see San Marco already cutting all over the place before the disc even gets tapped in. Quick movement from the French. Lots of cuts. Oh, but denied by Berthet, the French import to the, well, she's not really a French import. I think her husband is. And that's why I think that both of them are playing for AUC. But doesn't matter. She gets the disc again as the Dutch try their second chance. Oh, with a visionary crossfield throw. But, oh my God, despite the defense, it will get caught. Wow. Great, awesome awareness. I think number 17 that I don't have on the roster from PUC will yet again be reminded by everyone watching at home that you really have to catch your Ds.
I was just about to ask if that's a big cliche to say that at this point.
Yes, you have to say it every time. We're not afraid of cliches here.
All right.
Look at that. What a throw. I think it was a good idea. There was space there, and it was absolutely great awareness. Look at that. Oh, moment. So AUC keep their lead 6-5 against PUC. 30th minute of the game. And the pull goes up. Nice floaty one, but it will end up out of bounds. Kyla clearly signaling that he was thinking about catching it, but decided not to. He will walk it to the brick mark.
Isn't this the first brick mark start of the point? Let me see.
Could be, could be.
Like all the pools so far were into the field.
Foul call will stop the play. I think there was... San Marco is a wonderful, wonderful player, but I do remember that I've had a couple of fights with her that were pretty physical. And obviously different players have different liking and level, liking of level of physicality. So that's what the pre-game spirit circles are for, to clear that up. But of course, sometimes that's something that you need to deal with during the game as well. Wow, a second effort catch. San Marco centers the disc, goes back to Kyla. They keep working together, moving the disc back and forth, waiting for the downfield options to open up. Here it is, Fumagalli. Finds San Marco in the middle, knocking on the doorstep. Kyla, San Marco. What an around throw. The intention was good, but the chance for the hold will be denied for now. So the French defense will have to work that much harder to get that disc back in. Disc is centered. Ooh, and a high grab. And a deep shot followed immediately from Arras. Ooh, oh my God. Hermans was underneath. And wow, wow. That was some pretty impressive piece of offense. And here it is. Paris worked so hard, Stepan, for that break. And when they have a chance for another, for basically, yeah, instead of getting another one, AUC go right back, waste no time, and get the second break on again.
That's very demotivating to lose that disc on the score line, and especially in a situation when you can actually like stay within like 1 point difference and like
Exactly.
be in the game. Now this may be one of the crucial points that we saw.
100%. And it wasn't the only option San Marco had. I realized it was a good option, but yeah, unfortunately, they will need to try the offense one more time. San Marco picks up as she keeps her mental toughness ready. The French now on the sideline looking for the reset. San Marco goes for the up line, but doesn't get it. Instead, they center it to Torrieri. Torrieri with a break throw to Richon. She centers it again, and a deep shot goes up and will be collected. What a grab by
Absolutely.
Lamboles. I think even a mismatch on the defense, no? Wasn't there?
I just saw an absolutely perfect throw that was just in hands of the receiver that just
Couldn't
did not have that much advance. I thought it was like 2-3 steps maybe.
That's right. Not that much of a separation. And what an impressive read and an impressive throw, really. We couldn't even keep our eyes on the defense there. But look at the replay. Richon centers it, and almost immediately Torrieri lashes it deep. No, it wasn't a mismatch on the defense, but nonetheless a perfect throw and a perfect catch. And Paris stays alive, keeping 6-7, firing up their defensive line for the next point. Of course, AUC potentially 1 point away from halftime. If they can hold their horses and show us some good offense.
2 points for the French spectators.
That's right. Berthet working with with Osse, sorry. They find the reset in Myers. Myers with Ferhar. Now Giesberts. I have to work on my Dutch CH. Osse doing lots of handling for this AUC O-line. Ferhar. Ooh, almost a poached D. But the disc stays alive with Myers. Ooh, and this time Richon gets in the way of Giesberts. And an important break chance for the French. The fans at home are doing a good job, and this time they take no chances as Ubron takes a timeout.
It's a little observation here that the French sideline takes absolutely no rest on the sideline, and they so much helped the defense right now with their voices, and I think we saw the result too.
100%. You need that energy, and they can recover now in their respective huddles, as we will try to do so as well. We will see you in a bit.
Help us go electric, become a member.
Welcome back after the timeout in this Mixed Masters quarterfinal of AUC from the Netherlands, Amsterdam more precisely, against PUC Ultimate from France. PUC, or the P in PUC rather, being the abbreviation for the town of Paris. We have seen so far PUC pulling on the shorter end of the stick, or string. Either way, they've been remaining really close. And I was just saying to Stepan Materna, my guest co-commentator, that I don't think this will be a very short game. The Dutch, you can see them trying to protect the underpasses. They almost get the D back. This is meant to be an offensive point for the Dutch. So the French are trying to regain one of their preciously stolen breaks, and this is it. They get it. They get the break that they desperately needed to remain close in this game. Pretty cheeky throw. Some boring people might not call it safe, but actually it was perfect. It curved around the defender into the space behind him, behind her rather. We'll see that again on the replay. They got the disc to the sideline. They waste no time. And look at that. Absolutely undefendable. Great score by Riechon.
That was 100% safe.
Exactly.
What I liked on this point is the use of the timeout. Very often we see the rule of 3 throws after golden rule of 3 throws after a timeout, when you just think so hard about what to do that you throw it away sooner or later. But I'd say shows a great strength of the team if they take a timeout and then use it to score actually their very important point.
So I am not, if you're familiar, Stepan, but we're coming into a galaxy point. A smaller universe point. Whoever comes on top in this point will take the half. And we will see if it will be the Dutch. Oh, a wobble catch from Kousten. And the French, of course, now absolutely fired up to get the second break. Can they calm it down? Can they do the right thing? Or will the Dutch just put the pressure right back on? So we saw no takeout. Sorry, no, that's not the word. Is it? turnout, where you turn right out of a timeout last time. But this time it doesn't seem like the French want to take the timeout to make sure that they get the break, because they get it anyway. Wow, what a strong finish to get the half from PUC Saint-Marco with a score. She was wide open in the end zone. It might have been the break side, but that's no problem for the French. And they take the half. Wow, what a first half, Stepan.
As exciting as we wish on the streamed game, I guess.
100%. So the teams will huddle up, see what went right and what went wrong in the first half. And I am absolutely thrilled to be here for the second half. We will leave you with some highlights as well as announcements. Please stay tuned and we will see you on the other side.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member
and fund our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Hi, this is Vest. Me and my camera have been covering Ultimate Frisbee since 2012 and now I've been working with ULTI.TV streaming Ultimate Frisbee for you. And if you become a patron member, we can offer you more contents, especially those games that, you know, they are not live stream and they're happening at the end of the game. Half of it I can move and go in there and stream live. So become a member, go on ULTI.TV.
Hello and welcome back to the live coverage of the European Masters Ultimate Club Championship. We have a mixed Masters quarterfinal happening here at Field 1 between EMUCC Amsterdam Ultimate Club, of course out of Netherlands, against EMUCC Ultimate from France, Paris, who took in quite a fashion the half after Amsterdam staying up for 2 breaks, getting up by 2 breaks several times actually during the first half. But the French really put in the grind and got back to steal the half in the Galaxy point 8-7. We discussed briefly during the halftime with Stepan the new gender ratio rules, and we were wondering if it has any impact on the actual game, meaning that the players don't really have to think about the gender ratio from a tactical point of view, maybe forcing them to play a bit more with everyone, making sure that all players get involved equally. From your experience, Stepan, I remember that you played mixed in Southampton, is it? What year was that?
Don't force me to say that. It's been a while.
But you got second, didn't you? Didn't you get silver?
That was the first ever silver medal, or maybe, the first silver medal for the Czech Ultimate on the international scene. So that was pretty exciting. But was it the century, or was it the last one? I don't know.
But did you feel like the mixed ultimate look a bit different back then?
I think that we were thinking more about like when to use 4 women, when to use 3, which depended on
the offense. Yeah.
On the offense, but like if we were the one who were choosing, then we were just like considering how much stronger our women are compared to their women, and you work with the gender principle. I think probably much more than what I see here. It's like I don't see that players in this game make any difference between like men and women.
100%, yeah. So as you can eventually see our faces in the camera, we say hi to all spectators who in the meantime would surely like to know what's happening on the field. We're tied at 8. The Dutch able to hold their offense coming out into the second half. We have mentioned the great performance of the female players on the pitch. We must highlight both sides really, and I do need to apologize to Herman, who I have mistakenly called San Marco a few times. Thank you, and shout out to Francis, who has pointed out that mistake. We are only humans here in the commentator booth, and we do appreciate when you give us a bit of leeway when it comes to naming everyone correctly and, you know, the pronunciation and everything. But I am actually kind of impressed with my Dutch and French so far. I haven't been doing terrible, I don't think. A pull goes out of bounds as the French have another go at the offense. We've also been praising the French sideline. Now we see the Dutch gathering around for the sideline help. Of course, it's Kyla again, the Force Ultimate apparel owner, starting off the French offense. Ooh! And a pretty contested catch. This goes back to Kyla. That is not San Marco, that is Herman. They do both wear caps. Oh, okay, I know what we're gonna do. San Marco has the Tokai cleats. Our highlight video sponsor. If you want to go check out the day 1 highlights, they're already up on our YouTube channel for free for your enjoyment. Kyla in the middle.
Matthias! Okay.
French now stuck on the sideline. Herman gets in a better position to open up the back of it. Fake of the offhand backhand. Ooh, and a laser flick to the end zone. Will be out of reach for Tejeda.
That's a pity that the French team just lost the chance they got by starting the second half with offense.
So Dutch will go the other way. Centering the disc to Verhaar. And Verhaar wastes no time, rips it deep. The disc is hanging. Who's going to read it better? And it will be the French defender. Wow, what a way to get the disc back. Gaila finds Pouponot. Gaila towing the sideline to save the disc. No call made. Herman. Herman with an offhand backhand. I couldn't see the outcome, but now we had it. Gaila again with the disc. Ooh, and that's why you need a lefty. How easy to get to the break side. It will be called not in. Gaila on the end zone line is going to tie his shoelace of his Tokai cleats. Yes, shout out to Tokai, sponsor of our highlight videos. Tap back in. Ooh, and a wide open receiver for Puck. And is that a break for Paris? Was that still the first point after the half? I got a bit confused now. Maybe we're going to check with the volunteers.
That was still the starting point of the second half, wasn't it?
Was it? I felt like we had...
No, it's actually...
Right?
8-7, so now we're 9-8.
9-8 for Puck.
Yep.
Oh, that's right. 8-7. Right. So... yeah, an important hold for the French. Is there anything that isn't important in all the games that I commentate? I need to come up with another word for that one. So, a nice throw from a seating position. And another disc goes up. Nice floaty pull received by the Dutch. That's Osset. Passing it to Kousten. Gets it back on the sideline. She has the eyes on the prize, but goes for the resets to Myers. Lots of instructions from the sideline saying work hard. Not that I understand any Dutch. Ooh, good handler cover there, but Myers eventually gets open. And he's going to go for the deep shot. Wow, he's got Kousten underneath.
Oh, that was amazing deep.
Finally defended by Gabriel. I think he's done some great stuff downfield already in this game. But this one will be a very important one. Kousten was ready to get up high for the camera, yet again in the end zone, but denied by Julien Gabriel. Dorieri now picks up for the French, setting up in a horizontal stack. As we see a little bit of action from the other mixed quarters happening around field one. And a deep shot goes up straight away. Quite a few players underneath it, but Tahar comes down with it. Tahar finds the dump. Gabriel now with a break throw back to Tahar. Oh, and how easy do they make it look. That's another break for the French. Wow. Enjoy that sight of success. Really nice recognition of the defensive setup there. We saw that the Dutch put themselves in between their players and the disc. And that just means one thing, right, Stepan? Huck it deep. And that's just what the French did. And a few passes later, they're in the end zone.
So now it is for the first time up to Amsterdam to come back and get back from a 2-point difference.
We see one of the organizers, number 21, Dariusz Urbanik, playing for one of the Polish mixed teams. We saw him there on the camera. Thank you, Darek. Dziękujemy. Super praca. Great job organizing this tournament. I think everyone is enjoying it very much so far. We said wonderful fields, wonderful weather. Actually, I'm not sure if it's the right to mention this on this stream because PUC were actually the only one with an issue so far. Apparently their hostel didn't have a sufficient amount of showers for their big team. But I'm sure that has been sorted out in the meantime, and we get to enjoy the great food, great Thai massage, and all the other benefits of this wonderful tournament. The Dutch stuck a tiny bit with a thrown away dump, and the French will go the other way, trying to reach the third break in this game. They center the disc. Mark sagging off, and they do expertly decide to go for the timeout. Please stay tuned. We will take a short break here.
He's in a great spot. He's in a perfect spot. Yes, his massive head has blocked everything. That was a huge play, but we have seen none of it. Finny, he's done it.
So after a little Finny intermezzo, we're back to the action in this Mixed Masters quarter. Here on field 1, we have Amsterdam Ultimate Club taking on PUC from France. On the other fields around our pitch, we will have the other quarterfinals. On the further field, Reading Ultimate taking on the Polish Quattro Dumpiaggi. B-Fire, the Italian mixed team that we saw on the stream earlier, is battling Sugar Mix Masters from Germany, who we saw on the stream as well. And the last quarter in the mixed division are the Heidi's against another Polish team. Great to see 2 local Polish teams in the bracket play, RJP. So the French with a chance to jump away by 3 points, 3 breaks is what they could get out of this offense. I am sure the timeout will work out in their favor, just like the last one did. Ooh, and a lefty throw goes up and will be brought down by Richon. Is it? Yes, yes. The multiple-time French national team player playing for both women and mixed. Wow, and that's the third break of the game. Could that be something that breaks the Dutch now?
I think we can sense some nervosity in the Amsterdam team. Maybe I'm not sure how was the other games, but according to the final score, looks like this might be for the first time they're down 3 points.
That's true. That's true. It is a completely different situation for the players mentally, and it's something that really tests you out to the limits. On the other hand, we are in the Masters category, and surely these players have so many years of experience that they should know how to deal with this. On the screen there on the bike, we would like to also thank Jacek because he's another one of the organizers. Running around doing everything in his power to keep this tournament enjoyable. So AUC prepares to receive another pull. This one is a big one. Chang centers. Left flick to Kausten. Back to Chang. I think the Dutch are going slightly upwind for the setup they're running right now. Berthe gets the disc on the sideline. You can tell he kind of wants the dump almost straight away. He does break the mark for Chang. who keeps his toes in. Here's the advantage of a lefty handler. And a bit of a thumble on the upline cut. We see players on the sidelines signaling a foul. Ooh, yep. Just incidental, really. They trip over each other. A little tap on the shoulder will make it all good. And Chang, the lefty handler, is ready to work the Dutch offense. And I just spilled tea all over myself. Nice upline cut, but the defense is there, but a second attempt saved by Myers. Chang with the disc right in front of the end zone. And here is the zippy flick they were looking for all the point. And that's Berthet with the score. An offensive hold for AUC. So AUC stays in the game, but Paris have pulled away by 3 now, Stepan. What do you think would be a good strategy for them? What should they try to push PUC? What was it that was maybe working in the first half a bit better? You know, what could they do to make up that point difference back? As we are at 11-9, you know, we are nearing the latest part or the last part of the game.
Definitely some change in the defensive setup, since they now have the disc and they can start with defense. If they slow down French and their excitement, if they make them forget that they turned over the game, this might be in their favor. And the question is, how much do they have in the pocket? What they can pull out?
That's right. They didn't strike me as super tired, so surely there are some options that they could go with for the suggested change of pace. It seems like a little bit of frontal force, or else they will push them towards the sideline. The French looking for the reset. They get it to Kyla. Kyla to Le Nouvelle. Herman. Ooh, now a little miscommunication. Not sure if that was intended. But here's another lefty flick. Highly contested catch. Fumagalli eventually gets it back to Kyla. French swinging the disc. They don't really want to stop it. They keep moving it. Or here's the break side opener to Herman. And now they're just getting into a nice position for their set end zone play. Kyla striking for the upline. He gets it. And here is the smallest, easiest dish for the score. And PUC remain unstoppable on their offense.
They looked very comfortable with this offense, and I think the AUC just let the French team play their game. I think this is what they want to do, like short passes, going up the sideline, and the one-sided man defense is something that suits the French team well, apparently. So
I agree. Maybe a zone look wouldn't be the worst idea. We do realize that it's not super windy, but really just for the change of pace, you can always transition. You can always come up with different options. Maybe a bit more poaching, switching, whatever works. Force middle. You know, really anything to disrupt that flow, because they really seem to be quite comfortable with the quick handler movement. Here's the replay of the score by Pouponot. But first, before they think about that, the Dutch will have to get the score first. We had 2 times almost D on the last 2 passes. Obviously, that is going to stress you out, and it does. And the Dutch turnover on the 3rd pass. First, the huge layout, trying to intercept from San Marco. Then another wobble catch, but a save eventually by Langelot. But we're back on the French O.
As I mentioned, the French excitement, it is still there, and they put their hearts into the defense, and they don't want to lose what they earned.
But then
now they gave it away.
they put it away, but it's again, we've discussed this many times before. It's just hard to calm down all that after. Oh my God, how close was that? San Marco couldn't see the disc, but she almost got the D regardless. So like you said, you put your heart and soul into the defense, but then it's really hard to calm yourself down to make sure that defense gets converted for a score as well. So with a couple of turnovers, we have French on the offense. A pick called on Lamboles, I believe. She will return the disc to Richon. And I would say that if AUC want to stay in this game, this is where they really need to put their foot on the pedal. Disc is tapped in. Richon fakes away the open options, goes for the not ideal angle of upline cut from the handler, and the Dutch with a potentially very easy score right in front of the end zone. They're gonna look for the dump instead. Oh my God, but Ose unfortunately slips and can't have it completed. San Marco picks up the disc. This time finds Lamboles on the sideline. San Marco goes for the upline, but Richon is there in the meantime. She has a wide open handler, but he got covered by a defender that was chasing someone else. And now a ripper from Ubron. Richon is there, but so is Kousten, making sure that the Dutch get another chance for a score. Ooh, wow, look at that great layout effort. And now, yeah, it was Lamboles who got a finger or maybe an entire hand on that second one. So AUC prepare for for another attempt, and they will call a timeout.
Okay, and I think I'll use this timeout to say
Start
goodbye.
your warm-up.
I need to start to warm up and to put myself on the other side of the camera.
Absolutely, Stepan. It will be delightful to commentate on your game. Thank you so much for being here with us. We hope to have you again. And good luck in your next game.
Thank you for inviting me. It was a pleasure and an honor to be part of this great production. Thank you very much.
Welcome back as the timeout is over on field number 1. I am Rachel Doshnerova, and I am eventually and finally joined by Benji Rees, who's had a little break, allowed kindly by our guest commentator Stepan Materna. So now it's a Brit and a Czech on some Dutch and French names for your enjoyment. We've had a long point, this one has been, and the Dutch started on offense. Now they're on offense again. They are facing a lot of defensive pressure from the fired up French. Berthet now on the sideline, goes to Myers. Osse fakes the deep, doesn't take it. Back to Myers. Finally finding Kausten downfield. Berthet. Again to Myers. And a deep shot goes up. Wow. Rietschoten, I think this was her second D in the end zone. Veteran player, I've pointed it out many times. And she gets her hand on that disc once again for the last second save for Puck.
Audrey Sean's a player with some history behind her. And again, you see just that ability to just know exactly how long your reach is to go up for it, so you're getting in at the real zenith, the apex of that jump. Reads it brilliantly and gets a big old hand on that to swipe it away.
Good cut there from Giesberts, but Rietschoten, oh, and just as we say it, the French turn over a bit closer to the end zone that the Dutch are aiming for. Good for them, a bit of huck and D. Works all the time, and Myers steps out wide for that inside break, but no one there really.
Just feels like they're a little bit disjointed in the second half, really, the Amsterdam Ultimate Club.
Like we said with Stepan earlier, they have had only wins in their pool, so this might really be the first time that they're behind, and it might be messing with their minds a bit. A deep shot goes up. Will it sail out of bounds? No, it will end up in the hands of the French in a huge, huge layout.
What a snatch that was. I think it's Jeremy Tahar with it, and love the spirit there from Benoit Barthé. Immediately signalled the goal, gives him a nice big hand slap. I mean, it was a huge question that was asked of him by Victoria, but my word, did he answer that. Good Lord, what a play.
Yeah, Trujillo wasted no time. He wanted to 100% respond to those deep shots from the Dutch and show them how it's done by the French. Let's have a look again. Trujillo on the contested catch, steps out wide. Kausten tried to get in the way, but it was too late. And now that nice two-handed catch by Tahar. And the French extend their lead, 13-9.
Yeah, it feels like at this point, I don't want to say that it's out of touch for Amsterdam, because it absolutely isn't. But they need to find something inside, and they need to find it quick.
That's right. Mental toughness can work wonders for you, but you just have to learn how to keep it up, even in situations like this. With a gender pull just behind the halfway line, we will find the Dutch on offense once again, with Clement picking up. Eventually gets it to Chang. And Chang with a lefty flick. What a wonderful throw. Great positioning from Verhaar as he gets an easy score for the Dutch.
We mentioned that they might need to find something inside if they're to come back in this game. That might qualify as something.
That's right. Verhaar. His ultimate sporting hero is Rowan McDonnell for his positive vibes and athleticism. Courtney Dauwalter, ultra running, for her resilience and endurance. He's played for Chronicle Dizziness as well as B Frisbees from 2007 to 2021. He's only 33 years of age and comes from Utrecht. Ooh. he's also a barefoot middle and long distance runner.
I mean, it feels like on fields like this, he could probably get away with running barefoot if it weren't for the other people.
And for Tokai cleats.
Well, yes, obviously, but speaking of those, but you know, if it weren't for those other people wearing those cleats, because if you got trod on, I don't think you'd come off the best if you went barefoot, to be honest. Also, I don't think you'd get as much purchase on the surface.
That's right. But I am always impressed to find distance running suitable for ultimate players. It's not usually recommended, but clearly it can be combined when you have the right attitude and just love both. Kaila, choosing to reset the disc. Now Herman on the sideline. Another lefty, and goes with an offhand backhand, of course, as I say that. Kaila signaling for the potential deep shots. Now he finds Wong. Gets the disc back off her again. Herman.
Long-time volunteer, of course, with the EUF.
Correct. Kaila trying to get the disc right back, but this time the defense knows about it. Cuvier. Wong. Back to Kaila. Wow. And that was some end speed there from Fumagalli.
I mean, they really... hang on, I've lost the word. I can really speared that one in there, didn't they?
They did. The defender was right there, and Fumagalli just jumped right in front of them and even managed to keep his feet in for the score.
So 14-10, PUC only need the 1 point to seal a semi-final place.
And I do feel like they have the drive right now. They have the direction, and they have the energy to close this one early. And I think that's exactly what they're going to try. We've seen in the last couple of points so much of that defensive pressure. The defense really seems fired up, and if they can then hold their horses and keep their cool for the offense, I think this could 100% be it. Of course, this would be super disappointing for the Dutch fans at home. Our new patron, Sarah Sparks, watching from home. So now is the time for you watching at home to raise up your hands and let your voices be heard for the Amsterdam Ultimate Club as they try to delay the end of this game. One more time, starting the point from the sideline. The hands of Chang and Myers will be getting ready in the handler positions. Centering the disc straight away. A little slide on the undercut. Myers for the up line, but the disc a bit too low, and he will think about the call, but he will eventually make it. He says he felt a little bit of contact on his arm as he was trying to reach for that low disc.
I think it might be on the
on the foot, on the leg. Difficult to say even from that replay. We'll have one more for your convenience.
It's going to be contested and sent back to the thrower.
Doesn't look like much contact at all. It seems like
it's always tricky
Myers
from this angle when you've got the players back to you, because you can't see what's quite going on the other side. Can mask all manner of sins.
AUC keep possession and go with the same opener. And a high disc for Osset is tipped away, but again, not a caught D.
Gotta catch your Ds, people. How many times do we need to say it?
At least 3 times on every stream. Myers to Berthet. Ooh, a layout save by Myers. Looking for Chang. Chang doing a little bit of honey bunny jumping around on that reset. Now signaling that he wants that lefty blade That has proved so effective, but how about a hammer? 3 players underneath, and it's Myers who comes down with it.
And he looks amped.
I think Kausten was really looking for another little moment in the spotlight on the camera. But there was also, who was it? 57, Langelo, hoping to get some fame for herself with that score. But no, Myers says it's going to be me, ladies and gentlemen.
So 14-11. PUC now will come out on offense for the remainder of this game. Whether it's just the 1 point or whether AUC can mount a comeback, we will have to find out now.
And as the wind picks up slightly on the pitch, I think the Dutch might be really well off if they had a bit of zone up their sleeve. They haven't tried it all game, and I think that could really be something that could disrupt the so far very good French offense, especially in the second half, of course. Another game point on our hands. And a female pull rolls a bit just in front, just on the halfway line. And it seems like the Dutch are sticking with match. Geila to the open side to Pouponot. Those two working together still. A lefty open side throw to Vuong. Now to Tejeda. Wow. And boring, just like that. Arms up in the air, Benji.
I'm pretty sure that PUC won't mind. Boring. Well, who cares if it's boring, if it works, and PUC will take their place in the semi-final with a 15-11 victory.
I actually didn't mean to say boring. I meant to say, what an anti-climax, really.
It does feel like in a semi-final, and when you're in bracket play, you want those, the game to end on a big grab or a ridiculous block or something like that. But actually, if you're an offensive team, this is exactly what you want. You want to just work it down the field. Maybe you have to stretch once or twice. But just using those open side unders all the way, and you can just see that maybe AUC, they tried to get the poach in there, couldn't quite close that gap quick enough. And 15-11 final score. PUC will take their place in the semi-finals. They'll face the winner of Heidi's and RJP. While on the other side of the bracket, it'll be Reading up against B-Fire, and we'll be streaming that semi-final later this evening at 20-7 local time.
Wow. Thank you for being with us for this Mixed Masters quarterfinal. We still have a few games up and ready for you live on our ULTI.TV YouTube channel. I was Rachel Došnerová here with Benji Rees and previously Stepan Materna. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the other side.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member
and fund our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond. We are a group of
Help School Electric, become a member.
Vielen Dank. Merci beaucoup.
ULTI.TV.